is up, guys? This is going to be an update video, and we have got a lot to talk about here. So the first thing you'll notice is that I am in a different location here. I am not back in my parents' garage anymore because I actually moved a few months ago, probably about 3.5 months ago. I moved to Columbus, Ohio from the small town that I lived in before. Moved in with a friend of mine who owns a house down here, and he will be helping me film. We'll be helping each other work on our projects and stuff in the upcoming videos. In fact, in the next one he'll be in that. And it'll be a big change of scenery, and I'll actually have somebody to help film and somebody to help film. Basically decided to move just because I got tired of living in the same boring, quiet, small town, and there was much better opportunities for work down here, which was the other main reason I moved. Was, to find a better job, makes better money, and that's exactly what I've been doing. So things are going well with the new job that I have. I really like it. Some of my cars kind of got scattered around a little bit after I moved because there isn't room to bring everything down here with me. So the Dakota is here, and the Mustang and the F-250 are also down here in Columbus with me. The Mustang and the F-250 I drive to work, and one of them I store at work, and the other one I drive here to the house and park on the street. So that's kind of, the two of them get rotated back and forth depending on which one I feel like driving, whether I need to use the truck. I'll drive the truck. If I don't need to use the truck, I usually drive the Mustang around. So, and I have a fourth one that's down here, but you guys haven't seen it yet. That will be next video. I've already recorded a video or two on it, but I wanted to get this update video out first so you guys don't see that I'm not, back at my parents' house working in the, usual garage you guys have been looking at for the last 4 or 5 years. So I wanted to make an update video explaining that and what is going on. And now we can get to talking about the Dakota. So a lot of things have, well, I guess not a lot of things have gone on since the last video on the Dakota, but a lot of plans have changed, and there's one big thing that's happened that has changed the whole course of this pretty significantly. So let's just get right to it here. The head gaskets on this 3.9 liter V6 after 3 years of being turbocharged have finally given up. I don't know which one's blown. One of them is. It's mixing oil and coolant, not burning either one of them, so it didn't blow out around a combustion chamber. But in the video where I was putting the exhaust manifolds on this engine when it was out of the truck, I pointed out that a couple of the exhaust runners were moist, and that was obviously a sign that the head gaskets were already probably blown before I did this. And then putting this bigger turbo on here and making more power. I'm actually making less boost still, but making more power, plus I probably disturbed the head gaskets putting the head bolts in there, and had the head gaskets been healthy and not potentially blown before I put those in, it would have probably helped, but they obviously let go. It's mixing quite a bit. In an hour drive, I'm losing probably a whole gallon of coolant, so it's definitely not happy. It's losing a lot. Not a lot of steam coming from the exhaust, so it hasn't blown out near that. It makes all of its power still. I've taken it out a couple times since discovering that the head gaskets were gone, and it just does just fine. Oil pressure's still good. The oil isn't super milky, so it must be burning and mixing, but it's definitely mixing because there's a lot of goo inside of these breathers here. Oh, you can't really see it that well, but you see all that. There you go. You can kind of see that coffee-ish looking crap that's all on the bottom of this breather. That is whipped up antifreeze and oil mixed together. You might be able to, oh yeah, there you go. So she's done, boys. The 3.9 liter has seen its final, it has experienced its final couple moments in this truck. The plan now, since the 3.9 liter is done, I'm kind of over it. I got everything I wanted to out of it, made as much power as I could stock, and I've decided that, at least given my current situation with YouTube and financially, it just does not make sense for me to pursue this thing any further. Now, maybe down the line, if the YouTube thing works out and I have the money to throw at an experiment, the 3.9 liter might return, maybe not in this truck necessarily, but I might revisit it in another build at some point, because I really want to see what this weird-ass V6 that's in this thing is really capable of. And the biggest issue I'm having is that I have to get custom head gaskets made, and I'm looking at probably $400 or $500 per gasket. And the potential of putting head gaskets in and then making maybe 300 or so horsepower and then chucking a rod or something, well, now those head gaskets, you can't reuse them. You're not supposed to. I mean, sometimes you can, but you're not supposed to reuse the head gaskets, and it would just be kind of a waste to throw them on a stock engine. And I really don't want to sink pistons and rods into this thing, because at that point I could just put all that time and effort and money into a 318 and make a lot more power, and that's exactly what we're going to be doing. So over here, that is a 5.2 liter Magnum, came out of a 98 or 99 Dodge Ram. I've got it kind of taken apart already. I've got all of the exhaust manifolds off, got the intake off, all the accessories and stuff. I wanted to, for one thing, it jutted out about this far with all the accessories on it, so I wanted to get all of them off for that reason. And I also wanted to get in here, clean this engine, kind of look at it inside. Little bit of sludge in here, but that's pretty typical. This thing has about 150,000 miles on it. Ooh. We got some crap here. I need to flush this thing out with kerosene in this valley and run everything down to the pan, so I've just kind of left this engine sitting out in the open because I'm not too particularly concerned about getting crap in here. So the plan for the 318 is head bolts, which I already have. Most of them are in the 3.9, and I have the rest of them in a box somewhere. ARP head bolts, Cometic head gaskets, probably the thicker, what is it, .045 or whatever. I'm going to go with that for the head gaskets. They're off the shelf. They're like $80 or $90 a piece. I have to get 4 more roller rockers so that I can put the Harlan Sharps in here. I'm going to be going through and doing the timing kit, new front gaskets here, oil pan gasket, rear main seal. I'm going to do all the seals on this thing. I'm going to keep the stock cam and stock push rods in here because they'll be just fine for the power level I'm going for. And just refresh the whole thing, take some of the newer parts off the 3.9, like this newer water pump it's on here and this alternator and all that stuff, swap it all onto the 318, and then swap this exhaust system after a couple small modifications on a 318 and have a turbocharged V8 in this thing. So that's pretty much the plan. Most of the stuff on this thing will directly swap onto the 318 as far as setup and wiring and all that stuff goes. One other thing that will be an issue is clearance between the radiator and the turbo. I know when I built this whole system here, I tried to make sure there would be room to put a V8 in here if I decided to do so. I'm about a ½ inch too close with the fans on it to get a 318 to fit in here. It would be dangerously close with that exhaust, and I'd probably end up melting one of these fans. So I have a couple of options. One of them would be to get eBay slim fans, get rid of the shroud, and like zip tie them to the radiator with those little fan zip tie things. But I don't really want to do that. I liked having a shroud. That was why I bought this radiator, was so I could have a proper fan shroud on this thing. And it's a very nice, for an eBay radiator, it's a very nice radiator, and I don't want to just zip tie fans to it. So the other option I have, because I cannot move any of this stuff any further forward, I mean, the intercooler and the radiator on the bottom here are super close together. The intercooler is jutting out of the front of the truck. I've got the bumper off right now, but that's as far forward as that intercooler can physically fit without having to completely eliminate this grill piece and shifting everything. So what I'm thinking about doing was something that I kind of talked about last year, and that is taking the radiator and moving it into the bed. So that'll help with a lot of things. It'll free up a ton of space. It'll actually shift a lot of heat out of the engine bay, because all the heat, you know, coming off of the radiator won't be leaking out into the engine bay anymore. It'll be back there, and I'll have a ton more space. And it'll help with the weight disc transfer as well, especially because I'm going to be adding a lot of nose weight with the V8. This will help eliminate some of that nose weight and add a little bit because of the extra weight of all the piping I'll have to run and the antifreeze and all that stuff. So that's pretty much what I'm thinking about doing. I'm going to have to get the V8 ready to go. I also need to rebuild the transmission that's in this thing. It needs synchronizers. So I want to get all that stuff done, get the V8 in here, and then just kind of figure out exactly what I can do. Maybe it'll all fit somehow. It doesn't look like it's going to, but I'll try that first before I go and, you know, take on the task of relocating a radiator to the very back of the bed. But that's kind of what we're looking at there. And then as far as other changes, not much is really going to change other than potentially moving the radiator and then obviously the 5.2 liter swap. Nothing else is really going to be any different for next year. One thing I do want to do is get some Beltec lowering springs, because they'll actually raise me up a little bit. These springs are just too low with the cut that I did, and they're old used springs. So I'm going to get some brand new Beltec springs. They'll probably raise the nose of the truck up about ½ an inch is my guess. And that'll help me correct the tie rod angles and a couple other things, because this truck still drives a little bit funny, and I think I've just got the tie rods too angled, and the control arms are at a pretty severe angle too with how much spring that I cut. So we'll do that, get the nose raised up a little bit, get the alignment tweaked so that this thing drives a little bit more normal. And that's kind of it. There'll be a little bit of wiring tweaks to do. The fuel system should be able to stay pretty much the same. I don't know, I think that's pretty much all I've got for you guys for now. So that's the big update on the Dakota. It's getting a 5.2 liter. It's all going to be going down this winter. We're getting very close to getting into that. I've got to get the engine and everything pulled out of it so I can start working on that. And then once all that's ready to go, we'll put it back in, and we'll kind of build around that and modify things as we need to. And of course, if the radiator goes back here, I'm going to gut this whole tailgate, use just the back skin of it, weld it directly to the bed, do some holes, and stick the radiator here. That's kind of the plan for all that. I will be putting a steel bumper back on this thing, by the way, to add more weight to it. And I had the idea of adding some sort of drag wing to the back of it, making something for it, but that would be way later on if I can get everything else sorted on it. But yeah, there's the big update on the Dakota, big update on me moving. There is a video coming out very soon on another project that I picked up. It's a revival build, actually, something I've been wanting to try after seeing people like Junkyard Digs and Vice Grip Garage doing it. It looked like a lot of fun, and I had an opportunity to pick up a pair of revival projects. One I just did, and the other one will be for probably next spring, so you guys will get to see how the first one went here in the next video. And the other one will be way later, because the other one, for one, the other vehicle is up at my parents' house, not down here for me to work on it. Winter is approaching. The vehicle I revived down here does not fit in the garage, and it's getting dark and cold out very early, so I can't really work on it that much out there. And I've got other things that need more attention, like my F-250 that I'm driving every day in the winter and all that stuff. So that's going to be it for this video. This is a very long update video. I apologize for the long gap in uploads and the long gap between this video and the last one I recorded, which was probably a 4 or 5 month gap. I just have not had time to film anything, and I haven't had time to even work on anything. I've done some little tiny tweaks to this truck here and there, but I haven't really made any big changes since the last video. So yeah, that's it. A lot of big updates. I'm looking forward to getting back into the YouTube grind again. It's been a little while. I definitely miss doing it, so I'm looking forward to getting back to working on this truck, making videos, and hopefully I can kind of get back into the groove here and start making a lot more videos and getting them uploaded on time. So that's going to be it for this video, guys. Thank you very much for watching. I appreciate you guys for sticking this out with me, and I'll see you all in the next one.